Sorry to Konika, hello everyone and welcome back. It's been a while since I did a reaction video and it's been a while since I did a mixed race video. That's a lie, I did one about a month ago. I am reacting to Jubilee's 6 mixed race versus 1 secret white person video.
So should we start with what do you mix with?
Yeah, what's your ethnic background?
Basically my mom is Indian and then my dad.
This is not what I expected. I've watched too many Sidemen videos, I think. I thought they would be blindfolded.
Dad is white, so
Okay.
I'm Indian.
Yeah, I'm half Taiwanese, half white.
That's cool. I'm half Korean, half white.
Okay.
She looks mixed.
I'm a 4th black and then my mom's white. I'm half black and half French. White.
I was kind of suspicious of Daria and Ella. The hair, I felt like it was kind of a distraction, like as a ploy.
I'm half Native American and half Mexican. How did your guys' parents meet?
My parents.
Okay, so my guess, because I want to guess, is the quarter black girl. I feel like I've seen her in a different video or something, because I do recognize her. And I think she is telling the truth. My guess is either this guy on the screen with the blue, the one who's half Taiwanese, or the last girl. And I don't know why. But because she looks like she has something, you know. She does. Not gonna lie, she does.
My dad was a tennis coach at University of Central Missouri, and my mother was an international student learning tennis. So that's
International student, you threw that in there. I see it.
She said, "Oh, you mentioned international students," so I thought she was targeting me. So I thought, okay, maybe she's the mole.
I'm sorry. It is slightly boring me. Given they shared how their parents met, how my parents met on holiday. My father, he went to Jamaica, and yeah, so my parents met on holiday. My mum was working at the hotel he was staying at. They met. They did long distance for a while. She then moved to England. They had me. And yeah, the rest is history.
My parents met in LA, which is like the mixing pot, so it makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
She had said that her parents had met in LA, but she didn't really elaborate on that.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a very random thing to say. I'm not American, of course, but that's similar to being like, yeah, they met in London, which is a melting pot, so it is what it is. Like, no, like London is, like I said, I'm just comparing what I can relate to. London is a mixing pot or a melting pot. However, there are still areas that are predominantly one race or the other. So there would still be a story there. Like, oh yeah, they met in London in, for example, Soho. They were at a club, or they met in Covent Garden. They were walking across the market. There would still be a story.
That everyone else had kind of gone into more detail about their parents, and I felt like that was a little strange. So
I was just noticing that she seemed nervous and she didn't have a lot of details.
On the most simplistic standpoint, Ella looked the whitest, even though obviously it's not truly about that.
That's quite funny though, that he says that she looked the whitest, but they look kind of equally white to me. Like,
have a 3-way tie. Between Ella, Caitlin, and Daria. You guys are gonna have 30 seconds on the clock to just kind of prove your case.
So my hair, I have an afro normally, but it's all braided and I added in extensions just because it's easier, but I have 4 B curls, which I would only know if I was mixed. I get that from my dad.
So, no. Like, yeah, okay, 4 B curls go off. Like, obviously you can see my hair's very curly, but I'm not gonna say I would only know what my hair type is because I mix. Because to be honest, I'm terrible with hair types. If you were to hold up like a strand of hair and be like, what hair type is this? I'm like, I'm sorry, what now? It is hair. Am I a hairdresser? Like, I would not know. And I definitely wouldn't say I've only got this hair because I mix, because it implies that only mixed people can have that hair. Listen, when I was at school, one of my teachers who was 100% white had the biggest afro I'd ever seen in my life. Like, literal. Her hair was crazy curly. And if you were to say, oh, well, that means no, that's just her hair. Darling, that is just her hair. Anyone can have any type of hair. It doesn't matter what race you are. Sorry, why did I get so emotional then?
Everything else is white because, I mean, my dad's half Belgian and half black, and then my mom's fully white, so I just unfortunately am Xerox paper and I don't even tan.
Also, Xerox, this is a word that I only just learned, like, I want to say a year ago. I'm not gonna lie, we don't use that. Xerox is the photocopier, right? We just say photocopier paper. Or we say printing paper. So yeah.
But it's all in my hair, I promise. My mom's from...
Also, I will say that mixed people do sometimes carry different hair types in one. So for example, I carry very curly hair in the front. In the back, under all of this, very straight. Very straight. You'd think I'd straightened it.
A place called Ren and Brittany, and then my dad grew up in Devereaux, Georgia. But I actually also grew up in Arizona because they moved there and had me and my younger brother, younger sister. My sister and I are kind of the palest, but my brother actually looks like he's black. So yeah, it's a weird liminal space to be in. Hey, all right, good luck, guys. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm pale, I thought, might have gotten me voted out. Question, because you said that you're growing up quappa, because you...
Oh, what is that? Quappa. Never heard of that term before. One sec, let me zoom in on that one. Quappa, a hybrid or quarter and happa refers to a person, cultural, ethnic identity as being quarter, 3/4 of something. Damn. New term for me. Quappa.
You're a quarter, right?
Oh, that's what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
That's good to know. Found my backpack.
I have a friend that's quappa, but I guess, what was that like for you as far as I know, as, a biracial person? It's like, you feel like an imposter in your own culture sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm the lightest of me and my siblings. I have a younger sister who's like the color of Rihanna, and then my brother is super tan. And so then there's me, white girl with a giant afro, and people are always like, how is your hair so frizzy? I'm like, well, it's curly, it's an afro. Explaining to people who I am. It was hard at times, but then I also was really proud that I got to say oh, I'm part black, that's why I have this cool hair. But it took me a while to really love who I am.
Sounds very, very reminiscent of most mixed people, I would say. So yeah, go you girls.
You guys felt like that before too, or?
One thing I felt is I've actually been to India multiple times, and whenever I go, I'm the lightest one there, so I just don't feel Indian at all, really.
He said that he had been to India and he just kind of threw that out there, and that felt really quick and just there wasn't any detail to the story.
Yeah,
See, that doesn't really make sense to me. It's there wasn't any detail to the story. Because if I was there, I'd be like, yeah, I've been to Jamaica a few times and I've always felt, and I'm always the lightest one there. I'm not going to be like, I went to Jamaica in the year of 2018 and on that day it was 34 degrees as I was greeted by the sun in Montego Bay. That's not a natural way of speaking.
me being from Colorado, my experience has always been too Asian to be white here in Colorado, but here at UCLA, where I'm at right now, where it's a lot more diverse, I'm feeling sometimes too white to be Asian. So no matter what, I always feel exclusion from one side, and I think that's one of the struggles or one of the experiences of being biracial.
Again, yeah, I 100% agree. And I'm not gonna lie, if I saw him, I would think he was white, 100%, or maybe a little something. But then I would still think maybe quarter. Yeah, it's hard. That's why, listen, you can't assume someone's race from how they look. It's
I don't know. I
hard.
think when I was younger, I was a little more ambiguous looking. People would kind of joke I was like a chameleon growing up because I didn't look the same every couple of years. But it was I would always get made fun of a lot by other Korean students who would say there's slurs for biracial people. And so it was always oh, people like you just shouldn't exist and stuff like that.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Still here.
I know. I never really understand people who say oh, we shouldn't have mixed race people and you shouldn't exist. Is your life that boring that you care who someone else loves? Have you not got bigger fish to fry in this economy? Do you not have to worry about the rising cost of housing and fuel? You want to worry about who someone else loves and has a kid with? Gotta check your priorities.
Grew up in predominantly white neighborhoods my whole life, and I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Navajo. I never had a quinceañera, so I'm not really like 100% in like each culture.
Yeah, for me, growing up mostly with my mom's family, who's majority white, and then my dad's family lives farther away, so soul food and all that stuff I kind of missed out on, and I got to kind of explore later in life, but that's something that I always wish I had.
2, 1.
I was wrong.
I'm Lebanese,
Ah.
Arab, Middle Eastern, which is technically
Okay.
white in the U.S. People
That's
from North
wild.
Africa, like
So wait, Lebanese is white in America?
Algeria, etc., and people from the Middle East are considered white on the U.S. Census.
Wild. I'm still not over that. Wild.
So it really goes to show how arbitrary the term white is in the ways in which it's applied to people.
I always think it's silly that on the census it's, you know, black, white, Asian. The categories are so limited. And so when I'm doing the census, I just put white because I look like I'm white. It just goes to show you that no matter what somebody looks like you could be biracial. Like your hair, I would have thought, okay, I could believe that you're mixed because you have the curly hair, but you never know.
Yeah.
And that's why I say you should never judge it based on someone's hair. What I took away from that as a Brit mixed person is how wild the US census is. Wow, like there's just no flexibility. Some good points made, very relatable points. I think for anyone mixed race watching that will be like, yeah, I can relate to that, I can relate to that. So if there are any other sort of mixed race things you'd like me to react to or you'd like my commentary on, drop it in the comments. I do want to keep making mixed race videos. I know I've not done many dedicated videos in a while, but that's just because I've been in Thailand, guys. I'm sorry. I'm here though, I'm thriving. Don't forget to smash the like, the share and subscribe to your friends and family. But most importantly, have a very, very blessed day. And until next time, Sali Tuk Konica, Zajien. Goodbye everyone.